And in the NRL, 6 becomes 4 with Storm, Panthers, Broncos and Sharks still to play in the prelim final. Who is going to make it to the big one? Well, as every prediction video goes, we must check out how we did last week, and it was 50-50 because the first game, Raiders versus Sharks. Okay, well, I did predict Raiders to beat the Sharks. Raiders had been pretty solid all the way through the season with only 5 defeats, but they could not do enough to beat a Sharks side who, well, ran home comfortably. I did Raiders to win by 6, Sharks won by 20, so a very, very big win, really, for the Sharks. So that gives me absolutely nothing for that game. Then, Bulldogs versus Panthers, as predicted. I expected my Panthers to win. I still expect them to possibly go on and make it 5 in a row. I did Panthers to win by 16. They won by 20. It was a pretty high-scoring game, to be fair. For Panthers to score 46 and Bulldogs to score 26. That does worry me a little bit for Panthers, I would say, letting them score that many. But an exciting game and another solid win for Panthers. They have that finals experience. That gets me 1.5 points plus half a point, 2 points for last week. So the league table, let's see where we are. And wow, there is no movement in the top 11. Wow, that is insane. If you looked at the AFL one after the prelim, there was still a lot of movement. Nothing. Okay, so Midori still top, Hacksaw second, Ajax third, Elmsey fourth, Think Outside the Square fifth, AU Beach Bum 6th, Marty 7th, Benjamin 8th, Boggy 9th, and Vam H in 10th. Let's go Kev as well in 11th. Now, let's see where everyone else is. Let's see a little bit of movement. Now, New Elijah up 4 to 13th, gets the golden hat, so well done. Does that give you a chance? That gives you a chance of making the top 10, probably only the top 10. I don't think you're going to get any further, but definitely gives you a chance at top 10. We do have 2 wooden spoons, at least from what I can see so far. St. Jai down 2 places with a wooden spoon. Gus Storm down 1 place also with the wooden spoon. Whoa, I'm up 2 places. I have broken into the top 30. I am in 28th place, up 2 spots. Excellent. Very little movement. This is so different to the AFL where there is still a lot of movement. There you go. That is the league table. Okay, so our predictions for the prelim finals. I'm really sorry this is a couple of days late. I only got back from Poland yesterday, Wednesday night, and then with the time zones, filming this Thursday, released on Friday. So I'm really, really sorry. But the first game is at Amy Park, Melbourne. Storm versus Sharks. I've got my research. So here we go. This is what I got up. So, return of Jerome Hughes gives Storm certainly some more structure and control. I think he's repeatedly cleared to play. He's reportedly cleared to play with his shoulder after his shoulder injury, and I think his presence should kind of stabilise the attack a lot more, reducing errors and help the field position under pressure. So that's going to be huge for Storm. Sharks, I think, are weakened by Hazelton concussion, which potentially leads to some forward gaps. So Hazelton's out. Category 1 concussion. You don't want concussions. That's bad. I think it just strips their forward lines with some depth. I think it means that they're going to struggle with that lack of then bench impact as well. And I think finals seems like a faster paced, and I think they may struggle with that. Where you got Storm, they know how to win finals games, and they know how to win tight finals games as well. They're battle hardened. They've got finals experience. They've got home advantage as well, which I think will be a big thing for them here. And I think they can probably absorb Sharks' bursts and then crack in the second half, make them crack in the second half and push on. I get Sharks have got good momentum. I wrote them off this season. I thought they were in the top 8. I did write them off thinking they'd plummet. They held on. So they've had really, really good form. However, historically doesn't mean current, but historically, when it comes to the big games, the finals games, historically Sharks have then dropped off. So we've got to go a little bit on past experience. I think the first game, Storm versus Sharks, I'm going to go with a Storm win by 10. So 2 tries, 1 conversion. Still a difficult one to call. Could be anyone's game. It could be anyone's for both games here. Sunday, I don't know why I assume there's no game on the Saturday because of the AFL Grand Final. Don't want competing, maybe. Sunday the 28th at Suncorp. Broncos versus Panthers. Now, an interesting game because this is a replay of the Grand Final in 23, which I went to. It was an amazing, amazing game. Broncos were miles ahead and Panthers just said, last 10 minutes, wallop. Now, looking at Broncos, I think Pat Carrigan's suspension for this match is a huge, huge loss. It certainly weakens their collision zones, giving Penrith easier ability to go forward through the middle. I think that's going to really, really hurt Broncos. Reynolds returns. Mam does add spark off the bench. My fear with that is Adam Reynolds is only back from a hamstring injury. Now, hamstrings are notoriously, it's a big muscle. And I don't think, I'd be worried. I don't know how full on he will go. Players like Ezra Mam, and Xavier Willison, yes, they're back to help inject some energy, but I don't know how easy it'll be for them if they don't start the game. If they don't start the game, then are they able to build that momentum through the game? I'm not sure. And I think coming off the bench, if they do, I don't know how much of an impact it will add. Quality players like Mam was amazing in 23 final. But I don't know how much impact he'll have coming off the bench. We'll see. Penrith, they've got like no injuries. Like they are solid at the moment. They've got no injuries. They've all the players available. When you've got players like Cleary leading the line, you think you've always got a chance. They've got so much finals experience, as you know, 4 times already in a row. I just think how are Broncos going to win with the experience? Because it's a head game as much as a physical game. I don't know. I know Broncos will have the big home crowd. They will have a very, very big home crowd. And they will be motivated after the 23 final loss. But Panthers have been here before. They know how to overcome the odds. And so I'm going to give a Panthers win, slightly smaller win. A Panthers win by 8. So that's what I'm going with. Probably the more obvious picks, to be fair. And I expect they will both be the favourites to win. Storm to beat Sharks and Panthers to beat Broncos. Historically, if you look at it, that's probably the results that you would have seen before. And I expect they are definitely the favourites to win. And if they do, it's a repeat of last year's grand final, isn't it? Storm versus Panthers. Interesting matchups though. Broncos to win last week was a fantastic result, wasn't it? Sharks to win last week, fantastic result. So, yeah, all 4 teams deserve to be here after their recent results as well, and how they did in the league. Panthers probably have had the toughest test with such a bad start, but another interesting week. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. But thank you so much. Look, the free thing you can do, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. All the socials are down there. And I will catch you next time.